No way! Oh my gosh! That's so Yes! Yes! Yes!
I should probably start by saying why this took so long to upload. It's mainly due to me procrastinating a lot and just not knowing how to edit this into an inspirational way. So I'm just gonna start talking and hope it works. I started a script for this back in October and finished it in January, but I never started recording the audio for it. Now, almost 6 months later after the completion, I'm still in shock that I managed to do this, especially with how much effort it took me. I feel right now that it's appropriate to start at the beginning of my journey, so let's start there. I started this level back in August of 2021, I think, which is almost exactly 2 years before I beat it. Like any other completion, I thought that this would be pretty short-lived, but that would prove to be very wrong. There's some progress I made during the beginning of my experience at this level. As you can see, up until November of 2021, I was under the impression that this level would not take me that long at all. What you can also see though is me wondering how 70 to 100 would get consistent. Spoiler alert, it did not. After this progress, I decided to take a little bit of a break, and I'd be playing this for a course of 2 years. The times at which I was actively playing the level are pretty much already in the videos, so I'll refrain from boring you with that. Now it's time for my thoughts on this level. Overall, I thought the level was fine and that it had the potential to be fun. I was very rarely upset at it, but rather bored. What really got to my head though was how inconsistent I was at the ending. After a certain point, I began to accept the fact that I'll die at the last cube no matter how much I practice. The only thoughts running through my head the attempt I beat it were actually related to me dying there. Everything else gets relatively consistent though, and you're usually able to get to the 70s every 30 minutes or so on a good day. At least that's my experience with it. As for recommendation to go, I can't really say much on whether or not you should beat this level. I know that 2.2 changed this level quite a bit when it comes to the orb masking in some of these parts, so if anything, you should probably play this on a bug fix or on the 2.1 GDPS. All I can say though is that you should be prepared for a tough mental challenge regardless due to how difficult the ending is. But some people find it easy, so it could just be me. Despite all the mental struggles and skill issues I had with the ending, I see myself achieving a goal that I set 2 years prior, and it's honestly an amazing feeling. The weight that you get off your shoulders after beating a level of this difficulty is really hard to explain if you haven't experienced it yourself. After spending around 222,000 attempts and 500 hours on this level, there's just a lot of things that I've learned about this game as a whole. When many people think about Jump Shush, they think of a kid's game about a cube jumping over triangles, but it's honestly a lot more than that. Now, I'm not going to be going around saying that this game is like the greatest game ever and stating every single good thing about it, because people probably don't want to hear that. What I can say though is that this game has taught me to be patient in ways that I could not imagine, and also ways to cope with a lack of progress. There's a lot this game taught me when it comes to mentality and mind blocks, but it's just something you have to deal with yourself in order to appreciate the nature of these achievements. What kept me going while playing Rust was the fact that every day is a new day, and I had people to support me along the journey. Sometimes it's really easy to get caught up in the present and be upset at your current situation, as humans usually tend to desire more, but it's important to look back and realize how far you've come. Treating everything as progress, even opening the level, is probably one of the best things that I could have done while playing this, because opening a level is hard sometimes. What I should say though, is that you should prioritize your life before starting a grind of this sort. Now, I feel like a little bit of a hypocrite while saying this, but it's important to realize that your enjoyment in this game comes from how your mindset is. Too much of anything is bad for you, and in this case it means burnout, which will hinder your progress on anything you're trying to do. Plus, life has more to offer than just one simple game, so try to enjoy it while you can. That's pretty much all I had to say, but I want to explain why I had this monologue at the end of the video. At least to me, I felt wrong putting this video out without some sort of monologue because I had so many thoughts while playing this level. I hope to inspire others with my experiences, and this just feels more personal than a simple description. I believe this is the best way I could have conveyed my thoughts, just because it shows that there's someone behind the completion. If you really care though, there's more details in the description, but that's mainly for me to remember. I think it's clear that this is my proudest achievement in the game. I want to thank you all for listening to my yapping. And until next time.
I don't know what to tell y'all, bro.